What is up, guys? LoneHawk here today, and welcome to episode 1 of Coach Hawk, a potential series we're going to be doing here on the channel where you guys send in footage to me and I review it live and we try to identify mistakes to make you a better player. I was prompted to make this video the other day when I told you all you had the potential to be top 10%. Not only did you all yell at me and say if everyone's top 10%, nobody is. This guy claimed that he didn't believe he could even make it to, I think, top 50%. So we're going to review his footage here, and we're going to hopefully make him a better player in the long run. But first, I want to take a look at his statistics and, various stats you can find online. That way we can hopefully identify some things we need to be watching for during the footage. Because I haven't watched this yet, I'm going to watch it live with you. So I'm going to put it up on your screen, but I'm going to look over here because that's where I have it right now. And we can see here his eliminations are pretty low. 1.62 eliminations per minute. As you can see, that's top 65%. So that's below average. His KD ratio is pretty high though. It's 3.31, which is top 7%. Now, at first, I thought this meant that he just played too passively. Maybe he never went for kills and he didn't do anything. But then I realized he mainly plays D.Va, which is going to raise your KD a lot. So we can't really use that statistic, in my opinion. His damage, very, very low. 627 per minute. These are all per minute, by the way. Top 75%. So the bottom 25%. That's not very good. And I'm not trying to berate this player. I just want to make that known. We're trying to make him better because his rank right now is 31. He is the lowest 1% in the game. And we want to bring him to at least 50%. So we're going to try to do that today. His healing isn't very high because he isn't a healer. He doesn't play supports. And his medals aren't very high as well. So from these statistics, I actually thought I'd be able to tell something. But all I can really tell right now is he's making some mistakes. And that's not bad. That's not wrong. We're going to try to fix those today. So let's hop in here. Let's look at the footage and let's review it live and see what they do. Now, the quality isn't the best. As I said, actually I didn't say it. Overwatch doesn't have a viewing system like CSGO or Dota or really any other competitive games. You can't rewatch games live. You have to use footage. So this is the footage he sent me. The audio and video quality aren't the best, but that doesn't mean we can't learn from it. So we're going to do that. We're going to watch it. Hopefully you guys don't mind. And we're going to see if we can make him a better player. Let's get right into it here. I fast forward the video to right about when they've started to make some decisions and start their defensive process. So let's see what they do here.
Hey guys, let's not be too far forward.
That's good.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's hold the bus. Bus is a good hold point.
Boom. Right there, made some pretty good decisions already. They have identified that they want to use the bus as their choke point. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Identified that the bus is a good choke point. They don't want to push up too far. So right now, that's pretty good. Now let's pause it right here. Team composition. Now, here is where I've already identified a mistake. And this may have been out of his control, but let's take a look. He's playing Soldier 76. This is our hero over here on the left. I'm not going to give you guys his number, and I ask you guys to not add him as a friend. You shouldn't be able to because you don't have the number after his name, but he wishes that he would not be added. So respect his wishes and don't add him. But this is our hero, Soldier 76. Obviously, that's why we're watching him. On his team, we have him as an assault hero, we have Pharah as an assault hero, we have Mercy as a support, Symmetra as a defense, and Hanzo as a defense. So already I'm having some bad feelings. Pharah on defense isn't good, and I don't think Pharah is very good in the hands of a rank 29 player in general. Same with Hanzo. To be honest, these two heroes I don't think should be played at lower elos like this. Sorry if the word elo triggers you, but it's the easiest way to describe it. I don't think people at this rank should be playing these two heroes, so that's already a red flag for me. However, the other four heroes are pretty good, so I still have some confidence. Soldier 76, not too hard to play. I think this was the patch before he was nerfed, potentially. May not have been. Doesn't really matter. D.Va, this was definitely before the D.Va buff, I'm pretty sure. She wasn't very good, but D.Va's not that hard to play. And, I think the rest of the team is pretty good. It would have been better to have another healer, but that's probably out of his control. You can't always tell your team what to do. And I can't blame him for picking Soldier 76 because I don't have confidence the Hanzo or the Pharah are going to be doing damage.
Tracer incoming.
So someone's identifying. That's good. That might have been him. That Tracer was incoming. D.Va runs behind enemy lines. Who chases her down? Friendly D.Va and Symmetra go to chase her down. That's not too bad. Let's rewind here. Hold up. I noticed something. I don't know if you noticed it. Let's move back here. What was he doing during this time? Right here. During this period right here, when D.Va runs behind enemy lines, goes back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5.5 seconds of doing absolutely nothing. That's a red flag to me. He could have been doing something. In my opinion, he should have been strafing over here to look behind the bus from another angle to hopefully get some damage on people that were coming to the right of the bus. It seemed like he was kind of just looking around. Why were you looking behind you, man, when the only person that went behind you was D.Va and 2 people already chased her down? Your eyes should be forward. If that D.Va takes out 2 of your teammates, there's nothing you can do. You don't want 3 people looking at 1 person that flanked. Because already, if we take a look at some numbers here, D.Va flanked and took 2 of his teammates away. So that makes the rest of the fight a 4v5, which is disadvantageous, which is bad for his team. All right, so this is already a bad situation. But let's resume the video and keep watching. So he's firing a lot of shots into Reinhardt's shield. This is a habit I do as well, because it didn't seem like there was anyone else to shoot at. That's fine. Here, I don't actually like this decision. Look where his whole team went. His whole team went to defend this area, and no one's watching the main choke point that they all identified they want to watch first. Now, this could be good or bad. We don't know who was there. But in my opinion, at least one person should be watching the other way. Actually, he should be the one, you know, his head on a swivel should be watching that main choke and this area. Because right now, look how long he's not looking away. Yes. For a long time there, he looked away for long enough for a Torbjorn to place a turret. Now you're on full HP. Okay, so identified that the Torbjorn turret was a problem. There you go. Get some ult charge off of it. I like that. Right here. It seems like... Okay, let's take a pause here. It seems like a lot of the time he's looking in directions I don't understand. Let's just rewind it a little bit. Why are you looking this way? There's no reason to be looking here. Your crosshair should be at least here. Because I don't think anybody's going to come up here. And even if they were, if your crosshair was here and up a little bit, you'd still be able to see them. I think this crosshair placement is pretty bad. So I'd say aim your crosshair a little bit more in this direction. I don't know why it's doing that. I apologize. And yeah, I don't particularly like that crosshair placement.
Enemy turret ahead.
Okay, right here, you're not moving. You weren't for like 2 seconds there. You were just standing still. That means this Pharah that was up here in the top left, any sniper nearby is gonna just take you out immediately. I don't like that. All right, Soldier 76 is great at taking out Pharah. He identified that and he took her out. That was good. That was good. All right, standing still again. I think you should be strafing left and right much more often, all the time. Never stand still. If you don't need to be standing still, don't. Pharah ult, I think his team should have capitalized on that more and he should have run up, but he didn't really know the Pharah ult was coming because the Pharah didn't give her team any warning. So that's not his fault. Here, their whole team is focusing on a D.Va, but guess where the enemy team is? Behind him. 20 bucks says, yep, there they are. If you noticed, like 3 enemies a few seconds ago ran totally here. Let's go back. Let me show you exactly what I noticed. Right. Okay, right. Let's start right here. Where are all the enemies? Where were they a few seconds ago? Look at how many you can see. Look where they're running, to the right. You can see right now they're all running to the right, and everybody's focused on this D.Va. 4 people. 4 people are focused on the D.Va. Look where the enemy team is, right behind you. Nobody was watching the correct direction. That's a mistake, in my opinion. And I mean this all of this constructively. I don't mean to berate him at all. We're trying to make him a better player, guys. Healing, good. He healed his Hanzo. I feel like Mercy should have gotten on that faster because his biotic field is on a much longer cooldown, but not a terrible decision. Right here. Ooh. Not the worst ult, but he could have capitalized much more. Let's rewatch that part again. Let's go back. Let's rewatch it. I wish I had like one of those coaching apps where I could watch it in slow-mo. Maybe we'll get that for the next one if you guys enjoy this video. Go first, right here. He's focusing this Torbjorn super hard, which isn't bad, but then you ult. And at the time of ulting, he has his eyes on nobody. If you actually saw when he clicked the ult, his eyes are on nobody. Everybody was in this room, but he didn't actually look down the room. Regardless, his ult wasn't actually that bad. He got 2 kills, which, you know, it's better than the alternative. Actually, I criticize that ult. I don't like it too much, but it's better than the alternative, which is holding it and waiting for the 5-man. So it wasn't the worst, although I don't think he needed to use it then. So now he dies. Let's move forward until he gets back in the fight. All right, we're right here. Here again. Standing still again while you're shooting. I don't like this. I think, once again, just 80-80 strafe. A little bit. Just a little bit of movement will help you dramatically. You hear the enemy Torbjorn ult. Where are you looking again? Once again, I don't know what prompted him to look this way for so long. He just stopped. That's seconds, that's precious time out of combat. And since you're one of your team's main source, okay, whoa, again. Okay, let's pause, because I need to pause. First of all, he looked away. He looked away, and since he's one of the main sources of damage, because Hanzo and Pharah are both unreliable, he should always be doing damage. You should always be firing downrange as Soldier 76, in my opinion. You should just always be firing. Always be strafing, always be firing. Next, if you noticed, look where Pharah came from. Wait, actually, I don't know what happened. Let's rewatch this part. I lost track of it myself. But I swear a Pharah just flew right next to him, and he didn't even... Okay, looks away. D.Va. It was a D.Va, not a Pharah. He keeps looking straight. D.Va is behind his team attacking him. Right here, this is the D.Va, and didn't do anything. Should have focused the D.Va right away. Your whole team focused her. She was on the point. I think she was the biggest threat. Okay, falling back into this room is never a bad idea. It's actually a really good idea, and I'm glad he did it, although he seems to be shooting at the wall. I don't know what that was about. Whoops. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with this program. And now everything has just fallen apart. The all team comp, everything has just descended to madness. That was a bad ult. That was a bad ult. But we can see right there, that wasn't necessarily his fault. There was poor communication on the team. Everything just fell apart. Nobody was focusing someone. If you really want to win, your team should be focusing people down. Let's explain this very briefly. Let's say you have 5v5, because I only have 5 fingers on each hand. 5 people on the right, 5 people on the left. Can you see this? All right, you can. If all 5 people on the right attack individually one person, so this person attacks this person attacks this person, and everybody shoots at one different person, you're not going to be dealing a lot of damage. If the team on the left responds to this by 5 people shooting at this person, and then 5 at this person, 5, 5, 5, they're going to easily win the fight, because they're taking out people, and as the fight goes on, they're making the fight easier. What just happened here was the opposite. There was no focus, there was no priority, everybody was shooting at someone different, and nobody had a clue what was going on. And that happens sometimes. The key is to keep communication and prepare for that. If you see that coming, now this is more advanced, this will bring you to higher elos. If you see that coming, decide who you're going to prioritize. Say, all right, they're all coming in, let's prioritize so-and-so. Let's get rid of the Reinhardt, let's do something. Make sure you always have a plan. If you have a plan, you'll be much better off. Now this ult, I'm not a fan of this ult either. There was only 2 people visible and one was a tank. You don't really want to use your ult as Soldier 76 against a tank. But we'll just let it go. So that's not the worst. Alright. Standing still again. No strafing. He was moving. I don't know if he was really strafing. Pharah. There you go. He identified that. Good. So they won the first round. I identified a lot of mistakes that I thought, in my opinion, were pretty bad. And they still won. So, obviously the enemies were making mistakes as well. Let's move this forward a little bit. So let's speed up past all of this to attack. He's playing Soldier 76 again. Not a bad pick. Can I get a look at your team comp? Here we are. Let's pause this here. Team composition. Let me let that fade away. Looks pretty similar to it was. Oh, this is a much better team composition. This is much better. We have a Zenyatta and a Lucio. That's a good combo. We have 2 tanks now, a Zarya and a D.Va. That's much better than before. And you have a main source of DPS and an alternate source of DPS, which is Pharah. So Soldier 76 can push, while Pharah can do a hybrid push / flank. Because when she's above, she's kind of pushing, but she's also not attacking from the same angle. So you could consider her a flanker. Let's just fast forward past all this waiting period and see what they decide to do. So they're all grouped up. That's good. They've all identified, obviously, before the game started, their strategy. D.Va's defense matrixing. Okay. No resistance so far. You should expect them on the point at this point in time. You should have expected them all on the point. This isn't terrible though. There's a Bastion. I have a feeling Bastion's going to give them a hard time. You're focusing on healing more than you are shooting. I don't like that. All right, so they're out DPSing you right now. You should identify this right away. They are out. They're hammering you. Look at this. You guys are getting destroyed. Back off. You should be backing off right here and just falling back. You're all getting destroyed. Right now, especially. There's only 2 of you left alive. You should be just backing off. Get away from this point. Standing here is terrible right now. Where he's standing right now, all the enemies are around him. This Pharah, I'm surprised didn't actually kill him. Back up. Back up. Go get some health. Let your support heal you right here. Wait here. This is fine. Alright, so the team's with him. He's not waiting for his tanks. I don't like this. You're pushing in front of your tanks. Not a huge fan of it. I do it too sometimes. It's a very ballsy maneuver. I don't like that though. Pharah again. He's good at identifying the Pharah. That's good. Now let your support heal you. Ah, he didn't do it. I think he should have let the support heal. Now here I think is going to be. I knew the Bastion would give him trouble. Here, let's just rewind that very briefly. No, a little bit further. Right here. No. Right after this, I believe. You all saw that Bastion there earlier. He hasn't moved. Back up 10 seconds. I don't actually know how to use this program. But you all saw that Bastion right... Oh, he's not there anymore. I must have gone too far forward. Here we are. You see the Bastion right here on the left. You identified him was... Right there, you identified that he was there. You should already be coming up with a strategy to getting rid of him. Instead, you stand out in the open to get rid of this Pharah. Not the worst. You backed up behind the truck. But now, you're all pushing right in the open with nothing that counters Bastion. You haven't removed him from the game yet. He's just hammering away at you all. In my opinion, you all had a great opportunity to push. Look at Lucio. Lucio's pushing a flank, which is a pretty good flank, except for, Lucio's doing it by himself. I don't know why he was doing that. He might have thought he had support from his team. That would be a good flank to take out the Bastion. Maybe send 1 or 2 people over there. Bastion turns his head to look at them. That's when you go all in and everybody focuses the Bastion. Because with a Zenyatta, well, you can discord the Bastion, and Pharah plus Soldier can easily take him out in, like, less than a second. Less than a second. They take the point, though. Despite all this, they take the point. Missing the rocket. That's just an aim thing. You need to be able to predict it.
Great job.
And they win the game. Okay, so let's do a quick recap here of what I think he needs to work on. Sure, we'll play the game. We'll play the match first. It's a Bastion, of course.
It's so fucking late.
It's this Bastion. This is the part I was talking about. They should have... Look at this flank to the right. If someone just peeks their head out of here, Bastion immediately swivels and looks that way. Zenyatta, Orb of Discord, plus Pharah, plus Soldier can take him out much faster without taking that much damage. All right. I want to see his medals too, actually, after the game, because I don't think he hit tab too much. So my final thoughts and opinions regarding this gameplay. I think I have a few things to say. 1, make sure you're always moving. AD, strafe. Get in the habit of that. You're a much harder target to hit. You were standing still a lot. Crosshair placement. You should always be placing your crosshair in a location you think an enemy is going to be, or the median between a few places an enemy will be. That way you can get your crosshair to their head as fast as possible. Next, make sure you're letting your support heal you. Call out if you need. You only use health packs if you need the health right away. You're like below 20 HP and someone's chasing you down. If not, you have time to let your support heal you. You can let Zenyatta heal you. He gets ult charge. It's much better than the alternative, which is just picking up a health pack. Because then, if you are in dire need of a health pack, it's not there, and Zenyatta can't heal you fast enough. And finally, the last tip I have, make your bullets count. Make sure you're actually using your bullets. There was a lot of times where you could see enemies, in my opinion, but you were not shooting at them. As Soldier 76, I mean, as every hero, you have infinite ammo. And as Soldier 76 especially, who can just spam shots at tanks like Reinhardt and Diva, and then you can tap fire shots against smaller targets, there's really no time you shouldn't be shooting when you can see enemies, unless you expect a Genji or someone to flank you and you need those bullets in your mag. But for the most part, keep shooting. Use your DPS. You have a lot of it, so keep using it. Hopefully these tips were helpful to you, Ellipsis, as well as the rest of you. If they were, be sure to leave a like down below. Tell me what you think of this series. If you want to see more of this, I'd be very happy to do this. This was a fun video. I hope we made Ellipsis a better player, and hopefully he can get out of, I think, rank 31. He was ranked 28 in this video. He's ranked 31 now, so he's climbed a little bit. Hopefully we can get him to rank 50. Ellipsis, I encourage you to tell me how you're doing, and be sure to leave more questions down below. I'd love to help you get there. And if you enjoyed this, like I said, tell me down below, and we'll maybe set this up as a series. I'll see you guys all later. Lone Hawk out.